Hey, I'm Cameron Cody. I work as a product manager here at DewEze. Today we're going to take you around a DewEze XRT and show you some of the features. So this truck here is one of our sales guys' trucks. It's got one of this big wrap on here that says Real Transport. You'll probably see this driving around the US doing demos, and that's kind of what I want to do with you guys here today, is just do a demo virtually and show you how the bed operates. So first of all, how it's powered is with our engine-driven PTO. We've been making these since I think our first kit was in 1979. We fit Fords, Chevy, GM, and Rams. So first thing, whenever you hop in here, I'll show you how this thing works. So on this truck, we have a 9 gallon per minute pump, which is standard, what we always recommend on XRTs. And how we have this rigged up here on the upfitter switches is aux 1 is going to put power to your under the hood pump. On aux 2, that's going to put power to the valve so you can actually run the bed. And then on aux 3, that is, on this truck, that is going to be your throttle up module. So whenever you want to use like our figure 8 attachment to get a little bit more speed, or even if you just want to wind up the reel, whatever you're spooling up, that'll give you a little bit more speed. This one's set at 1350 RPM, but you have to engage the park brake in order for it to turn on. So to put the throttle up module on this truck, I'm gonna have to pull the park brake on, and then on aux 3 on my upfitter switch, I can turn it on. Then you're gonna start to hear this thing gradually increase its RPM, and it's going to top out around 1350 RPM, and that's how we set our throttle up module on this. Another feature that we recommend that you install on your truck when you're getting it upfitted is called an overspeed module. And that's just some cheap insurance to protect your pump. So whenever you're leaving the job site, if you forget to turn your pump off and you go over 2000 RPM, you are at risk of blowing out the front seals on your pump. So what this overspeed module will do is it'll shut off whenever you reach 1500 RPM, and then as it drops back down to around 800 to 900 RPM, it'll engage the pump again. So it's just going to give you some added protection. The next part I want to talk to you guys about is our wireless remote. This is standard, comes with every bed. Some of the features that we have built into this is for safety, as well as some cool features to run your arms up and down and also to squeeze reels. Starting off, we have an enable button. So when this bed is on, I can't do anything until I hit enable, and that's what's actually going to activate this so I can run the bed and lift reels and let them down. After about 3 to 5 seconds, this thing is going to time out, and then I won't be able to get back into it until I hit that enable button again. So that's a pretty cool feature. It's rechargeable, and we send a rechargeable cord with every unit that we send out. If you were to ever lose this, or the battery is dead, you didn't charge it long enough, then you won't be stranded. You'll still have a row of switches here, so you can still operate the bed if you were to ever have a failure or a battery die on this remote. So one of the things that's awesome about this remote that I wanted to include on this video was there's a built-in magnet to this. And so whenever you're working around the job site, if your pockets are full with tools or whatever it is, just throw it up anywhere on the bed. It'll stay there until you're ready to come back and grab it and go back to work. Sometimes we get questions about what the range is on this remote. Typically, I tell customers you're good 25 feet away or so, but we've also tested this and it works well beyond that. You shouldn't have any limitations with working on a job site and having this cut out in and out intermittently because you're not close enough to the bed. So one of our best features on this bed is the fact that you don't ever have to mess with an arbor again. We have what we call a parallel squeeze. So these arms are going to squeeze in and out to grab this reel. And the nice thing about this, whenever you're not hauling a reel, these arms are going to lay flat on the bed and they're going to act like side rails. So it's going to be just like a normal flatbed. You're still going to have access to a gooseneck haul if you need to haul a trailer, and you're still going to be able to put any type of cargo or pallets that you need to haul back and forth from the job site. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to squeeze this reel here. All you got to do is line up your pegs and then line up your spinner here with the center hole. And when you're squeezing, We always say once these plates make contact on both sides of the reel, you got it. You don't need to keep going. This thing has enough strength. It'll keep going and it can damage some reels. One thing that is that's nice about this, we talk about the fact that you don't need an arbor, but we do understand that some applications you might need that. So we offer an arbor if you need it. Some guys want to haul 2 reels on side by side, so that's an option if guys need it. So now I'm going to show you guys how to run the winder, and how you turn that on is up here at the front. We have our 3rd bank switch, so you'll turn that on. I heard that click on. Now we got flow going back here to the winder. Here's our winder assembly that's attached to the arm. A couple of the features on this is we have a brake here that gives you up to 500 pounds of drag, so you can set and adjust this as needed. We also have a pin here. If you ever need a free wheel and pull any material off by hand, you can pull this pin out and start pulling cable or whatever you have on your reel off by hand. And then when you're done, just put that back in there, and then you're going to be operating off the motor. So your motor that's going to be ran back here by your spool valve. So this is where your operator station is. I got flow coming back here, so now I can go forward or backwards depending on what I'm doing at the job. You got a lot of adjustment here as far as speed, as you have a flow control valve down here where you can turn this up or slow it down depending on how fast you're wanting to go. So if you look here on our decal in the middle of this cross tube, it says 5,500 pound lift capacity. So that is what our limit is. That's what we're capable of doing. And that's achieved by 2 dual lift cylinders that we have here that's tucked away underneath the bed. So what is standard on all of our beds on the deck is our gator hide. And this is going to be a non-slip protection that we put on top of every bed. And then in the center here is going to be our tread plate cutout. That's going to be what we call a landing zone for the reels whenever you're putting them on the bed and then hauling them to and from the job site. Another couple items we have here is rub rail. So it gives you some tie down points around both sides of the bed if you're hauling any cargo back here. And also whenever you're not hauling a reel, we have a gooseneck well here. So you'll have the option to haul any gooseneck trailers around the job site whenever you're not hauling a reel. So the models that we offer for our XRT, which is going to be the 5,500 pound lift capacity, is a XRT 60, which is what we have on this truck here. So it's a 60 cab to axle. And then we have an XRT 84, so that's going to be your 84 cab to axle. But we also do offer just a regular RT bed. That's going to be our lighter duty version, which is going to have a 3,100 pound lift capacity. It'll fit only long bed box takeoffs, whether that's a single wheel or dual wheel. And then it'll also fit your 1-ton cabin chassis, whether it's an 84 or a 60 CA. So one of the nice things about our reel transport bed is not only can you haul reels, but we can kind of consolidate your fleet by also setting this up with as many toolboxes as you want to also kind of make it a service bed if you need it. So we can hook you up with above body boxes, below body boxes, and one of our newest features now is the ability to have rear toolboxes on behind the rear axle. We'll get into some of the maintenance, specifically greasing the bed. We recommend to do it at least once a month. If you're using the bed heavily, then it's not going to hurt to do it once a week, but definitely do it once a month just to help keep greasing those pivot points. So looking back here where all of our linkage pins are at, you're going to have 4 on each side that you're going to need to shoot some grease into. One thing as well is in our cross tube, which is what the arms slide in and out of, we recommend at least giving a little bit of grease in here in this area on the cross tube once a month. A couple more grease zerks I want to point out. You got one up here on the winder. Same thing, give it a shot of grease once a week or once a month, depending on the usage. And then also there's going to be 2 that are going to be underneath the bed. They're going to be going into the base pins of your lift cylinder, and they're easy to access. They're just going to be over the top of the tire. Give it a couple shots of grease just like the other ones and you should be good to go. So both our valve and our reservoir is built into the headache rack. As you can see where I'm pointing at here, this is going to be your sight gauge, letting you know how much oil you have in the system. As far as maintenance goes for your filter, We recommend changing that out maybe once a year. If you ever want to see this truck out in the wild and you want a demo on your job site, give us a shout. Look us up on DewEze.com and contact a member of our sales team.